Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, gather around. My name is TM86, and say hello to Sylveon, the latest addition to the evolution chain. Now, up to this recording, we don't know that much information on Sylveon. We know, of course, its design, its height and weight, and some other trivial stuff that doesn't really matter that much. Now, instead of just jumping right into discussion on what type this could possibly be, I'm instead going to just briefly summarize the information we've gotten so far. So, on February 12th, the Japanese magazine Kora, which is known for releasing a lot of information on new Pokemon and new Pokemon games, had these 2 pages on their February edition magazine. The first page showing the new Pokemon Sylveon with other evolutions, not showing that much, just showing its design and the fact that it is a new evolution. The second page has its official artwork and its height and weight. Along with its height and weight, it has 3 question marks next to its type, which just says that the type is unknown. Now, at that point, that's all the information we had on Sylveon, which wasn't that much, so a lot of people were trying to figure out what type it was. And Game Freak, being the little trolls that they are, decided to tease us a little more with a very short 30-second clip of Sylveon showing off some moves that it can learn. Now, if you haven't seen this clip already, it'll be in the description. You should definitely check it out before continuing this video. It shows Sylveon using 4 different moves. Now, these moves, some of them are really easy to tell what they are, others not so much. This first move that it shows, Sylveon surrounds itself with a large amount of energy and does an all-out attack towards the opponent. It's a physical move, obviously, and there's a whole bunch of stars flying and explosions. And based off of that, I'd say that it's probably the move Double Edge, which you can see right now on the screen. Black and White 2's animation has you charging towards the opponent with stars flying and explosions, just like you see in the clip. So I'm saying that it's going to be Double Edge. Now this next move is very obvious. Sylveon has cards that surround it and then shoots them towards the opponent and then cuts them. Now this move is, of course, Trump Card, and if you don't know what that move is, that's okay, because I've actually never heard of it up to today. But looking at the animation of Trump Card, there's a whole bunch of cards circling the opponent, which then cuts them, which is definitely what's shown in the clip. Now this third move, very mysterious one. Sylveon isn't shown attacking anything after the move is used, so it's safe to assume that this is not an attacking move, maybe a status move. But what type of status move it is beyond me. You'll see some yellow lines, which might be electricity or something, but you also see a whole bunch of sparkles and dark red and purple swirls, which might be a psychic type move like Calm Mind. We really do not know. Now this last move is very obvious, just like Trump Card. There's a whole bunch of stars that circle around Sylveon, shoots them at the opponent. That's swift. They don't really change the animation that much. So that's all the information we have so far on Sylveon. Now, looking at the moves that showed off in that clip, you might be able to say that it's a normal type because the 3 attacks that it used were all normal type moves. However, it's not necessarily Sylveon that learns these moves, but in fact it's Eevee that learns these moves, and therefore all other evolutions can learn these moves too. So, basically that clip didn't give us any hints really at all as to what type Sylveon could be. which leads me into the discussion of what exact type is Sylveon. There are many different suggestions that have been thrown around, but I've narrowed it down to 3 different options that I think are the most likely. Now, if you have problems with people having different opinions than yours, you should stop the video right now, because the rest of the video is just going to be my opinion on what it's going to be. Now, the 3 options I have are normal type, flying type, or a completely new type that will be introduced 6th generation. Now, first, I'm going to talk about normal type. As you can see on its design, there are 2 blatant pink bows on Sylveon, and in Generation 2, there's an item called the Pink Bow, and what that does is boost the power of normal type moves, which will hint at it being a normal type. Also, its color scheme, it has light blue, white, and pink, and many different other normal types have this same color scheme. However, it's a little too a little too soon to safely assume its true colors, because, in fact, in the first page of the Core magazine that's shown in the beginning of this video, there's sparkles surrounding Sylveon, which might be saying that it's actually its shiny form as opposed to its regular color scheme. This is a high definition rendering of that first page. You can see, especially around the ribbons, that there are sparkles just on Sylveon. That might just be it saying, this is Sylveon, it's a brand new Pokemon, look at it, it's shiny, that's how new it is. But I'm saying that it's going to be its shiny form. And the reason why they would release its shiny form first as opposed to its regular colors is that many Pokemon, especially with the evolutions, their type is very easy to guess based off of their color scheme. For example, Flareon is red, orange, and yellow, and it's a fire type. Vaporeon is blue, and it's a water type. Jolteon is yellow, and it's electric type. So, Game Freak wanted to have some discussion between the fans as to what type it is. And really, we have nothing to base it off, because even the color scheme might not be true. Now, next, it could also be a flying type. I mean, just look at it. It's so poofy and looks so floaty, like so many other flying types. It looks like if you threw it in the air, it would slowly float down. And another thing supporting the idea of its being a flying type is that it's a lot lighter than the other evolutions. You'll notice that, with the exception of Vaporeon, nearly all the evolutions are around 56 to 58 pounds, but Sylveon is 51.8 pounds, which is a decent bit lighter than the other evolutions when they're compared to each other. So that can kind of hint at it being a flying type or something like that. And also, with its design, it has a whole bunch of ribbon just floating in the air. It just has an airy feel to it, if you understand what I mean. It just seems like a flying type. Now, off of the 17 types that we currently have in this 5th generation, those are the 2 that I think are most likely. However, it could easily just be a new type that will be introduced in the 6th generation. Now, there are many different theories as to what this new type could possibly be. The most common theory is it being a light type, because light along with sound are the most commonly requested types to be included in the games, and it does look like it could be a light type just based off of its design and stuff. People are also saying it could be a fairy type, because Sylveon, its root in Latin, is another word for the goddess of the forest, I believe, and Nymphia its root of nymph can be transcribed in Greek to something like a fairy, as in something like mythological that lives in the forest. So that's another very good possibility. A lot of other people are saying it could be a love type, which I guess I could see because it's pink, it looks feminine. It was released around Valentine's Day, so I suppose that would make sense. There are just a lot of other possibilities and theories that would just make this video way too long describing each and every one of them. So that's just about it for this video. It's not very long, but again, we don't have that much information as of now. If you have a suggestion, a different suggestion from what I have as to what type it might be, you can leave an angry comment or shoot me a PM screaming at me saying I'm an idiot or what have you. But this was just my opinion of what I personally think is most likely. So that's just about it. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and until then, see ya.